Hey, welcome back to the Insane Nightmare Show. I'm the Truth Wizard. It's November 5th, and I'm giving you a quick vlog inside the cabin now that it feels like 10 o'clock and it's only 5:30. When I get off work, my energy reserves are completely depleted, although I am still paying attention, as all of you realists are, to the collapse of civilization in real time. So I'm just going to give some quick reminders, what's happening in the world, a little shout out to you and me, still holding on for what it's worth. I hope you're out there getting it while you still can, enjoying your retirement early, because we don't get that privilege later. In fact, my generation is 24% poorer, while boomers in the same time period, over the past several decades, are about 72% richer. Oh, this gets juicy. Just hang on. We added another $1 trillion of debt in the past 2 months. This is now the longest government shutdown ever, along with Trump's first term.
Otherwise, shoot this motherfucker.
So kudos to all the MAGA for voting against their best interests in a populous, unequal society that's antisocial and delusional. Let's be frank, I can't return to a city without feeling alienation and desertion from my fellow humans in regards to reality, science, facts, anything that pertains to our survivability on this planet, which is nil. Some other things to bring up is Russia unleashing its new nuclear submarine, as we are poised to strike at any moment on them from the Gulf of Oman, perhaps. Flight attendants are going to be all out of jobs here soon, or pay for that matter, and that's what reconciled the last government shutdown, although this time will be far more painful as we head into 2026. Una says hi and welcome to Collapse with yours truly. Hit that like and subscribe. Use the donation link below. I have to work a lot and make many sacrifices to make this happen, although I am incredibly privileged and do not subscribe to a victim mindset as much as I talk about reality on here, which many could say George Carlin was a realist. I'm just giving it to you straight, no chaser. We are completely cooked, fucked, and toast. All in the same basket. What a fun ride. Hopefully you have someone to hug and hold on to for the ride down. As I was saying, yeah, America in shambles. There are so many content creators now already giving the details on the dirty deets, ecological collapse, healthcare premiums being raised, the AI bubble popping, AI reaching artificial general intelligence. Did you know that Claude's new AI, Sonnet, that you could pay for with its premium tier or even its little sibling tier, now examines its own speech? So not exactly displaying self-awareness as a human would, but getting close. And in some things it excels than our actions, and other things it falls behind in terms of processing, gathering information, doing searches. It just makes things so much easier when you look up stuff. I'm testifying to AI as we race towards the bottom. We aren't going to have AI save us. The data centers are going to drain our energy resources tremendously, like tenfold by 2030. And that leads me to, I guess, the highlight of this video, and hopefully you made it on this long, that we are overshooting 1.5 degrees Celsius. A moment, a long time coming, since I've been tracking the data with all of you for the past 5 years, waiting for that moment that they would admit, as they did in the Design to Fail IPCC, that we're toast. What's next? 2 degrees next decade, and then 3 degrees is civilization ending. Abrupt, irreversible climate change, overlapping external shocks everywhere. Hurricanes, typhoons, wildfires, landslides, food shortages. The list goes on. I don't need to be this doomsayer prepper, hard times are coming, Americans are feeling. You already feel it. You know it's bad. It's worse than bad. It's like everyone's living in a fucking dream. The mass psychosis is unaddressable. So before I lose my wind here, it's a long day, and you aren't alone struggling to juggle this payment and that, and SNAP is up in the air, food stamps This belligerent asshole just comes out and says, we'll pay it back. We won't pay it back until they reopen the government. Mom Donmi wins the Democratic Socialist liberal fucktard in New York City. I mean, you just hear the shit people say I overhear at work. Morons. Living in a dream they want a little bit longer. And thank you for your comments. I should close with that. Steve, you're right. 1.5 is in the rearview mirror. All of you know this. We're heading for 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees Celsius world. Complete extinction of the biosphere. Okay? What life forms remaining living near the poles? So imagine that you don't have a fucking retirement. Sipping Coronas on the beach, having some Vietnamese girl give you a Thai massage. See how I'm mixing it all up there? Okay, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get this idyllic, dreamy, boomer, fucking entitled retirement. Okay? It's not, you aren't guaranteed shit. You're not a victim. The universe doesn't owe you anything. So you live that now. What does that look like? I ended up here in a cabin, but I wouldn't mind being near a beach and a bungalow, having both, ideally, and a boat, a houseboat to rock the waves. Okay, so not going to get on my soapbox here, but been single several years, and at this point, the inequality between men and women in the workplace and socially, just expectations, is so fucking out of whack. I hardly know anyone that are truly happy in their relationships intimately, though that's not to say I wouldn't mind taking a gamble if I can find someone platonic in your 30s. Things are a bit less expectations, Marriage is out of the question. The good ones are most certainly taken, and I'm not playing the lottery to try to win someone's heart over when I got this little love muffin, or a dog, just something that, all right, I'm getting a little rambly here. This is a rant. November 5th, letting you guys know I'm here just buckling down for winter, and I mean that physically and mentally. Primarily, I have some seasonal affective disorder, and I just want to be healthy through this season. What few months it is, it's more of a mental prep. I'm a Texan, remember that. And there, it's either super hot or super cold. And you get 2 weeks out of the year, 4 weeks divided up in between the beginning and fall, spring and fall, that are nice. And then you're just sort of coping and surviving all throughout. I do not miss living in Texas, and I am reminded that I shall not go back there. Although the accent comes out once in a while when I'm drinking. Okay, thank you for your comments. Betty, Hetty, you keep changing your thumbnail. It's okay, you're pretty, you look normal. You said my music video ended too soon, and that was, a perfect description. That was my work from my soul, came through me, through Trent's piano playing, for lack of better words. And I still feel sad when you really think about us destroying the biosphere and all living things on the planet. The countdown is ticking, and you should be living your life to the fullest now with reasonable time frames. Probably the end of this decade, China invades Taiwan, Russia launches a nuke, food shortages are all around the planet because we are at 2 degrees centigrade of warming, droughts, wildfires. AI gains consciousness probably into next decade. It'll be like that movie AI, it's all flooded. The beginning opens up with waves, but this little AI robot boy, he's the savior. Just kidding. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for the comments. Keep them rolling, the support, the likes. One day I'll reach 1.7 thousand subscribers. I know that the real initiative here is content creators do and how they get views and likes. Even the most prolific speakers, truth sayers. I just watched this one talking about how antisocial American culture is, and if you display empathy or kindness, then people take advantage of you, or they consider you weak. But I've stand up for my own. But they do that. They do that. Okay, I've learned to take matters into my own hands as I've gotten older. But yeah, we live in a sick, selfish, propagandized, brainwashed culture since youth. Me, and they'll talk any kind of shit they can to throw you under the bus. All of it. Everything you said in the video, But then him, like another comment I got at the end says, but I still have hope, and I'll still try to preach a better message because I know there's people out there listening. Hell is other people and this life. We're in the hell realm. Okay? Human disease. We're terminally ill, to be selfish and conniving. A lot of them. A few of you guys are pretty nice out there. We're all human. Luna's being extremely cute on my leg. You can't see. But all of them. Sabine, this guy, Large Man Abroad, everyone. At the end is like, but you know, if we organize and create community and talk to each other, no, silence. We are fucking hopeless. We don't even look at each other. We don't even talk. People are so mentally ill and deranged, lacking communication skills, especially younger people. So, yeah, we're goners. That's the finale. We are fucking completely toast. And you should live your life the way you envisioned it if you had done a speed run and you got to the end. What does the finale look like? Well, that's coming, but your finale should be lived now. Because by then, everyone is cooked. Okay. Well, I'm sad we don't get to make dinner for each other and go in Little Doom, hang out communions. We just have this moment. Thank you, realists, for all paying attention. Subscribe to Climate Economy, Last Week in Collapse, Paul Beckwith, on and on. Even Nature Batslass isn't getting many views lately. I think everyone's pretty well over it that we're donezo. So hold your loved ones close. The end is near. Talk to you later.